Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, it's happening, folks. Pretty much everything the left swears is never gonna happen, or they tell you the exact opposite's gonna happen, then starts happening one by one, lined up perfectly. Just in recent history, the Dems lied about Trump's tariffs. They were gonna crash the economy. Didn't happen. They lied about immigration. Impossible that Donald Trump could shut down the border and shut down our immigration scam. No, they told you he's the one who spiked the bill. He was the one who got in the way. Then what did it take, like 2 weeks and the border completely shut down? And of course, the lie that we're covering today. They told you their policies have nothing to do with inflation, the increased cost of energy and gas, and that President Trump will actually make prices go up. They said that for months. In fact, they're still saying it. And now, well, as you could imagine, energy prices are the most affordable they've been since pretty much pre-pandemic levels, and costs are continuing to go down. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so again, seems like the Trump doctrine is working. After months of inflation fear-mongering from these leftoid morons, well, look at what's happening with gas prices across the country.
They lost control of the price of gasoline, of oil. They totally lost control, Howard, and then they went back immediately. Well, let's go back to Trump. But by that time, it was too late. And they didn't go back because the leases and everything else, they didn't do what they had to do. They wouldn't know. They really didn't know how to. But we could be hitting close to $2 a gallon. I'd love to break it if we could.
Gas prices are getting lower. Woo, we love to hear that. AAA says the current national average price for a gallon of regular gasoline could reach the $3 mark for the first time in 4 years. In the past week, the average has dropped more than 5 cents a gallon to $3.05.
Gas prices have just hit their lowest level of 2025, and in some areas, their lowest level since the peak of the pandemic 4 years ago. As gas prices fall below $3, drivers like Raquel Jackson say it's already helping their holiday shopping.
Anything helps right now. A little bit helps. Goes a long way.
But if you listen to the Democrats, this was never going to happen. No, Donald Trump didn't have a magic wand, right? Remember Jennifer Granholm, Joe Biden's energy secretary, who told us this when Joe Biden's policies were causing gas prices to skyrocket?
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Would that I had the magic wand on this. As you know, of course, oil is a global market. It is controlled by a cartel. That cartel is called OPEC, and they made a decision yesterday that they were not going to increase beyond what they were already planning.
The president can't do anything. He doesn't have a magic wand.
Oh my God.
Gas prices are going up not because we destroyed and decimated energy production and caused a war in Ukraine. No, it's the OPEC cartel. Ooh, the spooky OPEC cartel.
That is hilarious.
But that, of course, was a lie. Donald Trump comes in, greenlights American energy, tears down the nonsense regulation, and boom, U.S. oil production hits an all-time high. I called this months ago. When the Democrats were blah-blah-blahing about gas prices, I said just give it a couple months. It takes time for production to kick into gear. And now supply has gone up, and prices across the country keep going down. I mean, it's been months of Democrats and gas prices. And notice how they are silent, not a peep. They also swore up and down that your grocery bill was going to explode thanks to the Trump tariffs, right? Inflation, grocery prices. You guys remember this tweet from this mega brain genius, 12-year-old Dean Withers? Oh, this guy's got a lot of experience, life experience. Dean Withers at the start of the year wrote, "I will not shut up about the prices of eggs for the next 4 years." Well, where the hell's Dean now? Look at egg prices. They're down over 80% from their all-time peak. Down 86% since the start of March. And please remember the Democrats and their all-out coordinated campaign across social media trying to convince you that prices are going up. A little warning for your ears here, but trust me, this is going to really put it into visual perspective. Prices are going up, prices are going up, prices are going up. No, they're going down. Inflation has been stabilized. And now, of course, what do you think's going to follow as gas prices are coming down so heavily? Well, production costs across the board are going to be going down, meaning more price stability. Democrats caused an inflation crisis. They caused an inaffordability crisis. And now President Trump is coming in to fix it. Everything the Democrats say is a lie. It's a false premise or lie. And it's issue after issue. The same thing when it comes to illegal migration. Of course, we know the old Democrat viewpoint, the old standard, that illegal migration was bad for the working class, but nowadays they tell you no, of course not. It's a net benefit. What do you mean? Well, obviously, from a tax perspective, it's a massive net loss in terms of providing charity, providing taxpayer benefits, as opposed to the tax dollars that are collected from working illegals. And of course, it's also a net negative for American workers. Take Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, for instance, where you've got thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of illegal migrants working as independent delivery drivers.
The Daily Mail finding these illegals are working as food delivery drivers using false accounts on DoorDash and Uber Eats. Many find the accounts for sale on places like Facebook, some being sold for $150 a week or $900 outright. Migrants in Texas telling the Daily Mail it's the fastest way for them to make a buck after they cross into the country illegally.
There's also this clip from a guy at the Chicago O'Hare Airport where he reports of an ICE operation that arrested the majority of Uber and Lyft drivers there. Most of them were illegal.
Did you guys see they just did an ICE raid at Chicago O'Hare's rideshare parking lot? As an American, you can't even get gig work anymore. Think about it. You have to compete to drop off people's food. So they did an ICE raid at the Chicago O'Hare parking lot, and they said it was at least 50 to 60 cars out there. And when they were done, there was only like 15. And they're saying that they're not suppressing our wages, right? So let me get this straight. They're not suppressing the wages, but you have to compete with more than double the amount of people who were supposed to be here.
And so essentially, the industry is dominated by illegal migrants who are undercutting Americans. And the oversaturation of these workers creates a downward pressure on American wages. It makes it overly competitive so that Americans cannot work in these industries or cannot thrive in these industries. That's why all of a sudden, as the immigration crackdowns are happening, you're seeing individual testimony across the internet of people saying, all of a sudden I'm able to make more money driving Uber. I'm getting more delivery opportunity. This applies to all blue-collar work. Oh, and I might as well mention this. This is from Leading Report on X. American truckers are enjoying increased pay after the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal migrant drivers per the Daily Caller. So wages are going up for actual American citizens. This is a net benefit for the working class. But Democrats told you Donald Trump was going to send you into poverty. The American economy cannot even function without illegal migrants, they told you. It's almost every single issue. They lie, they misrepresent, they gaslight. The pattern here is obvious. The Democrats predict collapse, and then reality delivers relief. They tell you the Trump doctrine will never work. It'll lead to disaster. They said the same thing when it comes to ending wars. Trump's going to start World War III, but he's delivering peace deal after peace deal. The Trump doctrine is working. All they do is lie. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.